Hi everyone, it's Miss Marco. Today I'm going to teach you about mindfulness, and we're going to learn about different parts of our brain so that we can learn how to train our brain to become more aware of what's happening right now in the moment so that we can all become more mindful. Mindfulness talks about paying attention to what's happening right here, right now, without any judgment. But in order to understand how to become more mindful, we have to learn about different parts of our brain. So today we're going to learn about 3 different parts of our brain: our amygdala, our hippocampus, and our prefrontal cortex. Here we go. The amygdala is a part of our brain. It's super small and it focuses on our feelings. The amygdala is created to keep our bodies safe. So when it thinks there's a danger, even if it's wrong, the amygdala can only allow our body to fight, flight, or freeze. I like to think of our amygdala as being like a guard puppy. So just like when you get a puppy, and they bark at everything, and they chew up things they're not supposed to, and they pee in the house, and they do all the things that they haven't learned yet what to do, our amygdala is the same. Our amygdala sometimes tells us things are dangerous that maybe really aren't, like our worries or our silly thoughts. And sometimes it's like a puppy because the puppy barks and gets too excited or it's too tired. And so it's not trained yet to look for the real dangers. The next part of our brain that we're going to learn about is our hippocampus. And this part of our brain, that small blue part of the picture up there, deals with our memories. So I like to say that the hippocampus is our memory elephant. People say that elephants have really good memories. And so our hippocampus helps us remember things. So just like elephants have big ears and they listen and they remember everything, what happens is when the hippocampus hears the guard puppy barking at things that aren't really dangerous, it makes our elephant, our hippocampus, feel confused and anxious. So it makes it hard to remember anything. And this is when our body has a hard time remembering what to do because it just thinks it's in danger. And when our body's in danger, it only can do 3 things. It can fight, it can flight, which is another way of saying run away, or it can freeze, which means it just doesn't do anything. The last part of the brain we're going to learn about is called the prefrontal cortex. And that's your thinking and decision-making part of your brain that's in your forehead. And I like to say your prefrontal cortex is like a wise old owl. It's a thinker. It helps us think clearly, and it doesn't get ruffled by all of our feelings that get in the way of things. So in order to get to this part of our brain, this is where the mindful breathing we've been practicing comes into play. So in order to help get the guard puppy to stop barking at things that aren't dangerous and to help the memory elephant calm down and not be anxious about things and let the elephant go to its memory bank and figure out, what do I do when I'm feeling nervous or when I'm sad or mad, and go into figure out what's the best plan. The wise owl can do this by having you take a few deep breaths, and it can calm down the other 2 parts of the brain. And this way, you can make good decisions. So when we practice mindfulness, we can train our brains to tell the difference between what is real danger, like a bear running after us, and what is just an overwhelming feeling. And once we can do that, we can use our mindful breathing to take deep breaths, calm our body, and move these feelings up to our owl brain, our thinking part of our brain, so that we can learn to cope with these feelings and not let them take over our body. We can be in charge of our bodies and how we deal with our feelings. Thanks for listening.